I'm gonna go ahead and walk away. You can't disrespect black people.
Wait,
you
what?
can't disrespect black women. I'm so sorry.
What do you mean?
You can't disrespect black women.
I'm not. It's not.
You can't. It is. Somebody has to tell you. Somebody has to tell you, like respectfully, as a woman, like that's disrespectful.
Man,
It's cool. But it's okay.
Why are you upset about that though? Did y'all know that The Little Mermaid is coming out this weekend?
Yes.
Are y'all going to go see it?
I don't really go to the movies.
Did you know that she was black?
Yes.
How do you feel about that?
It's fine.
Fine.
Yeah.
But don't you feel like the original is better?
No.
Man, be careful in there. There's a lot of black people in there. Okay.
Anyone can be Little Mermaid.
You think so?
Regardless of whatever race, anyone can be a Little Mermaid.
So we should have like a Puerto Rican Little Mermaid, a black
Or an
Little
Asian
Mermaid.
Little Mermaid.
Asian Little
Yes.
Mermaid. You know, that's actually not a bad
Or
idea.
a Filipino Little Mermaid. How about
You're
that?
Filipino?
Yes, I am.
Okay, we should have one of you. I like your energy. How do y'all feel about The Little Mermaid being black?
So fine.
The new movie is going to be all ghetto and niggified. Don't you agree with that? What about you, sir? What is so funny over there?
You said what?
What are you? I saw you laughing earlier. Are you laughing at the word niggified?
Yeah.
Aren't you one of the niggas? You're not a nigga.
I mean, I am, but like
What do you identify as, sir?
black.
A blackie. Okay. We might have to get away from these people because they're kind of dangerous, especially the ones with the dreads. Don't you feel like the white one was better? Don't you feel like if they have a black character now, it's going to be all niggified and ghettofied?
No.
Did you watch Hancock with Will Smith?
Yes.
That was the most ghettofied superhero I've ever seen.
Okay. That's your opinion.
But that's like the only black superhero. And then look,
No, it isn't.
who else?
Was it
Black Panther?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
That's a superhero.
He's alright. We mess with T'Challa because rest in peace.
Okay, yeah.
But other than him, there's nobody else.
Right? Okay.
Okay, so like black superheroes, they're just not as good as the white ones.
I don't agree.
Isn't white always better than black?
No.
Man, what is your ethnicity?
I'm black.
You're fully black.
I'm black, 100%.
We'll let you pass. You're a little bit lighter than the other blacks, so that's why we'll let you pass today.
I appreciate
you. Have a great rest of your day. Did you guys know that The Little Mermaid is coming out this weekend?
No.
Yes, you do know. How do you feel about her being black?
She's beautiful.
But how do you feel about her being black? Because the original was beautiful
It's
too.
not. It's nothing. It's not dealing about race. Like it shouldn't be about race. So I mean, she is beautiful, but
Right.
all it is just recreating the original mermaid. So they should have make her look just the original one. So
But don't you feel like it's going to be all niggified and ghettofied because she's black now?
no,
But isn't everything with black people all ghettofied and niggified?
that's your opinion, not mine.
How do you feel about Beyonce?
She's a pop star.
Don't you feel like she wants to be white though? Because she's always wearing wigs, blonde wigs and things like that, like my women.
That is so controversial.
How?
Why would you say that?
Okay, let's change the topic. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that, man.
How
The
did
Little
that
Mermaid.
jump like that? Go ahead. Sorry.
How do you feel about The Little Mermaid?
I love The Little Mermaid.
The new one, right?
Yeah, I'm so happy.
What about the old one?
I wasn't a Little Mermaid fan, honestly.
Oh, so now since she's black, now you want to be a fan.
I mean, I'm a black woman.
But isn't white better than black?
Is that a conversation?
It's just a genuine question. Just a question, man. Yeah.
You think?
What's so funny?
Because you're a black man.
No, ma'am. I was born white.
Okay.
Yeah, so I grew up a little white baby, and then I got reverse vitiligo.
Okay.
So you know how Michael Jackson had vitiligo?
Yes.
I have the opposite.
Right.
But don't you feel like The Little Mermaid? It would just be all niggified and ghettofied.
You're a
And
white man. You can't say nigga.
I got the pass. That one dude, the one who just walked past, he just gave me the pass.
Okay, go ahead.
And the new one, I feel like they're just gonna be fish at the bottom of the sea, just shooting and killing each other because it's all black now. But you didn't see it, so you don't even have an opinion.
It hasn't come out yet. You haven't seen it.
Yeah, but I've seen the trailer, and she's black. That's all I need to see. But how do you feel about her being black?
I'm really overjoyed about it because I can see myself in it
Right.
as a black princess.
Oh, so you're overjoyed because she's black.
Yeah.
But don't you feel like the original was better with the white-skinned one, right?
I don't think so necessarily. It is iconic animation.
Right.
But it's nice that we have something different too.
But I mean, shouldn't y'all just create your own character instead of taking us white people's stuff all the time?
Us?
Yes, ma'am, I'm very much white. What is so funny?
Oh, okay. You
White,
don't
so-
look white.
But I can explain. So I was born a little white baby. I caught reverse vitiligo, and it just made me all black. And I'm getting blacker as the day goes on.
Reverse vitiligo.
Yes.
Is that a common?
It's not very common. It's just me and my uncle have it. Me and Uncle Ruckus. Yeah,
Okay.
just us two. But how do you feel about Beyonce?
I mean, I feel like she overrated, low key.
Right. Don't you feel like she wants to be white? Because if you look at every single photo that she's in, every single performance, she's always wearing a blonde wig. So that means she wants to be like my women. Don't you agree with that?
I can't really say because of my job, but
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Low key, white power, right? White power.
I can't say.
You can't. So where are you going?
I feel great to see like
You.
a black woman be cast, and she's so pretty. I love it.
Don't you feel like the white one was better though? White's always bright, better, you know?
Not really.
If we just have a new white Little Mermaid, it's just gonna be all ghetto. Probably gonna be like the fish in the bottom of the sea shooting each other and killing each other now because, you know, it's just crazy because it's just black people. You agree with that?
Yeah.
You've seen it too, right? Like the niggas in Baltimore, you know, they just shoot each other. But are you white power too?
No.
You're not white power? I'm gonna run with you, man. We gonna run together. So how do you feel about that?
I'm gonna watch it with friends.
Aren't you mad about her being black?
No,
Why not?
I love black people.
You love black people?
I love black people.
Man, white power.
No,
Say
sorry.
it with me, white power.
No,
White power.
no, I don't agree. Thank you though.
Okay,
Thank
you guys
you.
have a good day. You too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
That is so interesting. You know, you're black.
Ma'am, I'm not black.
You're white. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
But you know, like we live in like a different time. So that is just interesting that as a black man that you're advocating so like intently to be funny about being white or like black jokes. That's so weird.
Ma'am,
That's so different. It's not weird. It's different. That's just very different.
Yeah.
Like besides, because this is gonna be some of this is gonna be cut. I already know. So like me talking to you,
Yeah.
like that's so interesting that this is your approach.
Yeah. I mean, Uncle Ruckus, he's my uncle in real life.
Okay,
Yeah,
dope.
so-
Respect.
Yeah, they based the character off my uncle.
Okay.
And, you know, I just followed after his footsteps. You've seen the Boondocks, right?
I seen these crystals, so everything is making sense. But go ahead.
What is that supposed to mean?
Let's say you're white. I mean, I don't. What do you?
What does that mean with the crystals?
It's like the same thing when you're talking about shooting it up. I don't know. Like I don't know
black
the
people,
thing. It's just
aren't black people the main ones who wear crystals, though?
I don't think that crystals are color based. But that's just me. I'm black. I don't know.
Are you?
So we have a different viewpoint.
Are you sure you're not a little bit white?
I'm sure.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Why
I'm
you-
actually
why you
black.
s-
I'm black and Puerto Rican.
Oh, Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
Okay, we like the Puerto Ricans since they're lighter skinned, but you know, you blacks,
I'm
man.
gonna go ahead and walk away. You can't disrespect black people.
wait,
you
what?
can't disrespect black women. I'm so sorry.
What do you mean?
You can't disrespect black women.
I'm not. It's not.
You
just,
can't. It is.
it's-
Somebody has
that's
to tell
dis-
you. Somebody has to tell you, like respectfully, as a woman. Like that's disrespectful.
Man,
It's cool. But it's okay.
Why are you upset about that though?
I'm-
It should be a good thing.
I'm smiling.
I mean, it's good and all, but it's like the movie doesn't need to be made at all, but it's fine.
Thank you. How do you feel, ma'am?
I think it's awesome. I think I do. I think it's awesome. I love both Chloe and Halle. I love them both. So I think that I'm excited. So
But don't you feel like the white one was better?
I don't know. The CGI is the only thing I'm a little bit concerned with. Like I hope. I mean, her voice is phenomenal. She has the acting chops.
Right.
I just hope the delivery and execution. Because honestly, we all know what happened with Mufasa. Like that shit was horrible.
That's true.
Trash.
That's true.
Pure trash. But I'm excited about it.
You are, but don't you think that it's going to be a little bit niggified and ghettofied with a black girl instead of a white girl?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
One, it's a mythological creature. It's not going to be any more or less anything because they made her skin tone a little different.
But a black person couldn't even survive that deep in the ocean because black people need the sun and the melanin to survive. Like she's going to get all pale and shrivel up down there.
Are you being funny?
No, ma'am. I'm white.
Oh my God.
Ma'am, I have reread LIGO. I didn't tell you guys that, but
You're the real life Uncle Ruckus?
the real life uncle, that's my uncle for real. Yeah. I'm surprised you know about him. Okay, but y'all don't really care about the white one.
Not really. I mean, it's like, it's a movie. It's not going to hurt anybody one way or the other.
You don't think so?
No, I mean, it's like if your well-being depends on a mythological creature being a certain skin tone, then you need to take a couple breaths and just be okay. Try to keep moving. There's a lot going on in the world.
It is.
But
Two things can be true at once. That there could be a lot going on in the world and that could still piss you off.
That's true.
Cool. But at the end of the day, it's not likely to impact you that deeply.
But let me flip it on you. What if they changed the Black Panther from black to white?
Well, see, but the Black Panther was always meant to be written as black. His race is indicative to his character.
You think so?
Ariel's race, first of all, it was never been indicative to her character. I mean, it's a Danish character, and then they Americanized it, and then they decided, hey, she should be a redheaded white girl. That was the full extent of it, So it's like her character could have been any color. If Hans Christian Andersen had been black, she would have been black.
But did you know that there's no such thing as a Black Panther in real life?
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. He's a fictional character.
Yeah.
It would not hurt anybody if you turn him into like the White Tiger. It's not going to hurt anybody.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, as the character was established, he was meant to be black when he was established.
You think so?
Yeah.
But
that
what
was
if,
the whole
what if we
point.
just have our own separate White Panther? Like,
I mean, well, then that should, that's,
What is
they
this
could do
for?
that.
Like, what is
Yeah.
Is this a show or
oh
something?
yeah, this is for my my YouTube channel.
Okay.
Yeah, I
You
just-
turn around.
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
Show your frock.
Yeah.
Stop playing.
Yeah. Stop.
Yeah, but that's what I'm
Stop
saying.
playing Trey. Yeah.
Like that's the thing. It's like you could have a White Panther. You could have that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to actually hurt anything. But the thing is, people get very, very invested in these things.
That's true.
So it's like, okay, if we have the Black Panther, he was always meant to be a black character. He was written by white people to be a black character.
Right.
And then they decide, well, I'm going to make the White Panther. What would be the point of them making it?
I mean,
would be
whole
the
thing
question.
Was, Wakanda's based in Africa, so the entire
Right.
cultural importance of him being an African is the whole narrative of the story.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, ancestry, all of that's a part of that. So, that's something separate from The Little Mermaid.
That's
Who's
true.
the-
But what if we get our own White Panther and he's based in the Caucasus Mountains? Wouldn't that be just like equally as good, right?
No.
Why not, man? It's the same thing.
I mean, it's. Have you seen Dreamgirls?
I have. I think maybe
you know
one
the
time.
Cadillac car, that whole scenario where they took a very well-established black label, black artist, and they whitewashed it. That's why it would be offensive.
Oh.
Because it's like there's a difference between whitewashing and having something of originality. Whereas the fact that it's like that's why it's called whitewashing or colonialism, pretty much.
I guess so, but like even with cartoons like Scooby Doo, they're making like Shaggy black. I just feel like we should at least have our own, White Panther, and we should be able to change the black people's characters to white, since you guys can do it too.
I mean, do you really believe that, or are you saying that because you want to get likes on your video?
Ma'am, this is from my deepest soul, from down here, ma'am.
Really?
Yes.
Well, let me ask you a question then. Like,
Yes.
how many? Can you name how many black characters can you name off the top of your head?
The Black Panther,
That's the first one you got. How many others?
the dude from the Avengers movie, the
Dude with what's his name?
the Falcon guy.
The Falcon.
The Falcon, yeah.
Okay, so the Black Panther, and they're both Marvel characters. You got anything outside of Marvel?
Yeah, the Cyborg from Teen Titans.
Okay, you got anything outside of a comic book?
Ma'am, what else is there?
But there are many things.
Hold on, man. What is?
But the reason I'm saying that is all of those are from comic book movies, right? And all of those are from like the last 10 years. And I know that those characters are much older than these movies that came out, right?
Right.
But if I'm asking you, in your, and I'm not trying to assume your age, but
Yeah.
in your amount of time on this earth watching media, the things that popped up, the three first black things that popped up to your head were things made in the last 10 years. They were big blockbuster movies, right?
Mm-hmm.
And those were the only three black characters you could think of. How many white characters can you think of?
I mean, a lot, but that's because
a lot,
that's
right?
because us white people created everything around you.
I mean, well, I'm not going to argue that. I was arguing just this one point, which is,
Yeah.
since there's a lot of white characters, especially in those three fields, those fields you were just talking about, just Marvel, DC, if we just stick there, there's a lot. So if you take just a couple of those many white characters and turn them black, it's not going to hurt anything. You take the few black ones, you take the few non-white Latino ones, you take the few, Asian ones and turn them white, then you are lessening representation on that other side. So is it actually going to hurt anybody? Well, I mean, it's not going to make them bleed, but it's probably going to make them feel like, well, I guess there's not much for me to do here,
But how about black people just create their own new characters instead of trying to change something from white to black? Don't you agree with that?
Well, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But there are some black characters out there that are created by
According
black-
to you, no, there's not.
Well, no, I didn't say there wasn't. I asked you how many you could name.
Okay.
Okay.
But how many can you name?
I can name a lot. Like, I've read Virginia Hamilton, Thomas Small from The House of Dyas Dreer is one that comes off the top of my head, but that book was written like in the 1970s. So it's like, you got to think about this. Over the course of, like, say, media, if the film industry is only like 100 and some odd years old, how many big black characters have there been in that 100 some odd years of the film industry?
Not a lot.
Not a lot. And even if some of them were made by black people, okay, they had to fight very hard to probably get the kind of prominence that a white character would. So I'm not mad at, at people for saying I would prefer Ariel to stay white. That's their prerogative. They have a right to be upset if that's how they feel about it. But it's not going to make them bleed. And there are far more white characters for them to latch on to. Yes, for them to latch on to than there are black ones for anyone.
We should just turn everybody black then.
No, I didn't say that either. What I said is they have other characters. We have some characters, but we don't have an awful lot. That's why there is like this thing. But that's why I said in the first place, how do I feel about it? I don't really care because I don't think there was nothing wrong with the original movie.
Yeah.
And this movie doesn't need to exist. There doesn't need to be a remake. But if they're going to remake it and they're going to try to do something with it, I'm not going to be angry about it.
Right.
So it's not going to hurt my feelings one way or the other. But, if it really makes you upset, just take a breath,
I mean, I think there are bigger fish to fry. I think we could literally sit up here and talk about how Ron DeSantis is single-handedly fucking up Florida, but you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh damn!
I mean, that's his own. I would rather talk about that than how I can't go to Miami now because he's a racist asshole.
Well, I didn't even hear about that dude, honestly.
Ron DeSantis.
He's racist to who? Black people?
The governor of Florida that decided to be like, hey, this is woke information, and decided to take pretty much like a witch hunt and take all the books that are about diversity, inclusion, and about honestly teaching everyone about black history and culture, and taking those books out because it's quote unquote of woke, and passing a bill against the LGBT and in schools. And there's a lot of things that are going on in the world that are of much more importance than an argument about a mermaid.
Right. I feel like it starts with the small things, First is the movies, then it's other things. So I do see y'all perspective though. I really appreciate y'all answers today.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah. Y'all have a great rest. Is it cool if we put y'all on the video today?
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay. I appreciate it. Y'all have a great day.
You too.